Let's talk about Wayne McCurry from Momentum Asset Management, Mark Ingham from Ingham Analytics in studio with me, and PSG Group's recurring headline earnings per share increased by 27.6% to 308.6 cents. For more on this, we're joined on the line by Piet Mouton, Chief Executive of the PSG Group. Piet, thanks very much for your time. Let's just start with asking you for your highlight of the financial period to the end of February 2012.
Thank you very much and good evening. I think you've definitely alluded to one of the highlights was this increase in headline earnings of 27%. And I think if you go and look at the breakup of the headline earnings, definitely the highlight was the great performance by Capitec once again. It contributed 54% of the recurring earnings before funding. So really it's been such a great investment to be involved with, and got to congratulate the management of Capitec for making our figures look fantastic. So that's definitely been the highlight. And obviously I think the bigger measurement tool at PSG is the sum of the parts. Our share price tracks that to a large extent, and we've managed to increase that by about 20% over the last financial year.
Piet, Wayne here. Just very quickly on Capitec. I mean, we know the whole story, but can Capitec grow the advances the same as they have in the past? This is a question that's asked every year of Capitec, and so far they have been able to do it. But I suppose two factors. First of all, the big banks are moving into this space now. Everyone's jumping on this particular bandwagon. And secondly, you know, we've had big government job increases, big government salary increases. We've had big grant increases. It's unlikely that this year we'll see the same percentage increase. Now, that's fueling this unsecured credit. What's your view on that?
I think you're definitely right in everything you've said over there. My take on it is, as far as I can see, the bigger banks are making a lot of noise, and but they're finding it difficult to deliver on their strategy in the unsecured market. Look, they're big and they've got big capital, so one's always got to be wary. Even if the transaction or the credit granting slows a little bit, I think the biggest part of Capitec's success lies in the transaction fee income that they're also generating. This will just increase over time. Their product is brilliant and the market is really taking it up. So transaction fee will start contributing more and more of their profit. The second part maybe, which is different to, you know, if you go and analyze this unsecured credit, it's actually being fueled by higher income earners and not really the bottom end of the market. Capitec in their results actually had a very nice analogy that over the last couple of years, even though the credit granted has increased, the installment versus what the growth in earnings of the clients have been haven't been so far out of touch. So actually this bubble everybody is referring to needs to be analyzed in more depth. You know, there's been a lot of credit being granted, but there could be a change in how the market is taking up credit as well, and that needs some more analysis.
Piet, just before we let you go, in the current uncertain environment, obviously, we have seen signs of some stability. But is there anything that keeps you awake at night at the moment?
Luckily for us, the bigger investments in the group are all doing great, and it is a fortunate position to be in. I think what keeps me specifically awake is to find the next growth opportunity. It's how our whole mentality at the group is set up, is the absolute drive to find the opportunities to move the company forward. So, you know, on a daily basis, we're looking for the next big thing, or what we've got, how can we make it better? So that's what keeps me awake.
Piet, thanks very much for your time. Piet Mouton is Chief Executive of the PSG Group.